No, 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 no. Hey my loves, welcome back to my channel. So in today's video we are picking my September TBR. This is a little bit late because I was on holiday until the 4th of September, so I didn't get to film this video. Quickly, for August we picked 7 books and I managed to read 2 out of the 7 books picked. However, there was a section at the end of that TBR where I said these are the books that are on my radar. I kind of managed to read all of the books on my radar rather than the books that I picked. Make it make sense? I don't know, but I read 13 books in the month of August, so it was a successful reading month. I just didn't pick up the books that I picked. Following TBRs is really hard for me, but I like picking TBRs. Like, I like picking the prompt and I like picking a book, but I just don't pick them up. I'm not too sure why. I haven't done a wrap up since January, so I need to sit down and do like a full reading wrap up for all of those months. But yeah, that's a video for another day. So we are gonna pick prompts, of course. I think I'm gonna do 6 prompts and then 1 book from my 25 books to read in 2025. I do have some books picked out that I would like to get onto my TBR this month. I have Anathema by Kerry Lake. This is actually my book club pick. I have a book club over on the Fable app and we are reading Anathema. Everyone said they wanted to read like a fantasy romance that has gothic spooky vibes because it's obviously September, autumn, spooky season, so we're kicking it off with reading Anathema, so I need to get this onto my TBR. I have A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly. My friend Emmy has been raving about this series recently, so I went ahead and grabbed it and I would like to read it. Another book that a couple of my mutuals have been raving about, Face Off by Chelsea Curto. Apparently this is hockey romance, but I don't usually get along with college hockey romance. I feel like the issues and problems that they go through are not relatable to me, being however old I am. I've heard they're like 27, 30 years old, so hopefully it will be more relatable to me. So would love to read that. And then lastly, I have Void Walker, which is a new release. I believe this came out in August. And I've heard a couple good reviews about this, so it would be good to get onto my TBR. So those are some hopefuls. Of course, my TBR cart is still here. I would also really like to get The Second Death of Locke on my TBR. I've seen a couple mutuals read it and absolutely love it, so I've got high hopes. It's like lady night fantasy romance, so that would be good. Anyways, those are just some hopefuls. Let's go ahead and pick our first prompt. A science fiction novel. Do I have any sci-fi? Does this count as sci-fi? It says sizzling fantasy romance in an era-defining new universe. That's definitely fantasy romance, Tammy. It's because it says void. I'm kind of thinking, you know, space. Fiona Mara is a smuggler. She ferries stolen magic between worlds. That's like, you know, space. I'm really trying to justify getting this on my TBR. Okay, I don't think this is sci-fi. I don't think I have sci-fi. Actually, I'm lying. I do have 2 sci-fi books. I've heard really good things about this, which is obviously why I bought it, but I don't know. I've never been in the mood to pick it up, but maybe this is the push that I need. This is The Blighted Stars by Megan O'Keefe, and it is a completed trilogy, and I do have all 3 books, so I mean I should really just read it. Addictive space adventure full of intrigue, visceral danger, and deeply personal stakes. Stranded on a dead planet, forced to ally with her mortal enemy, survival is the only option in the first book of this stunning widescreen space opera trilogy. She's a revolutionary, he's the heir to the dynasty. Okay, so is this romance? Maybe a little romance going on here? It is sci-fi, so I guess I'm just gonna have to pick it. The other one is Empire of Silence, which I've had on my TBR before and I started and it's just really dense and I just wasn't in the mood for it. So yeah, we're gonna go for this one because it's a completed trilogy. So if I do fall in love with it, I can just binge the series if I want to. Prompt number 2, a book with magic. Yay! Does this have magic? Half Fae, Alicia could have had everything, literally. Since her magic allows her to compel anyone to do her bidding by merely looking into their eyes, the world was at her feet, but after a tragic incident, she is thrown into the Fae King's dungeons and forced to swear a blood oath to him, binding her to his service. Definitely has magic, definitely want to read, so yeah. A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly is on the TBR. Prompt number 3. A cover you don't like. That's so hard because I don't really buy covers that I don't like. I am a cover snob, I'm sorry. I feel like cover designers smash it. Like I never really look at a book and be like, ew. So I don't know what to pick. Oh, hold on. We might have some old man fantasy going on the TBR today. Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. This cover I absolutely hate. but all of the high epic fantasy people that I follow love this series, so I went ahead and bought it. This is 2 books in one though. I believe it is a bind up. They killed the king, they pinned it on 2 men, but they chose poorly. I've heard the banter in this is really good. It's kind of like 2 dudes like have been framed for the murder of the king, and they have to kind of course get out of that and fight everyone. A lot of people that like Joe Abercrombie recommended this, and I love Joe Abercrombie First Law trilogy, which is old man fantasy, you know, high epic fantasy, which I love. When I'm not reading romantasy, that is my genre of choice. So yeah, I feel like I might really love this. I wonder if I have to read the whole book or just book 1, because there's 2 books in here like I said. So this is the halfway point, and then it says book 2. We'll see how book 1 goes. If I love it, I'll read book 2. If not, I'll stop there. Prompt number 4. A popular book. Okay, definitely gonna pick Anathema. I feel like Kerry Lake is so popular. This one has just been traditionally published as well. Sorry if the angles changed, my battery died, but yeah, I'm gonna go for Anathema. I feel like this is popular. People love Kerry Lake, they love Anathema. Nocticadia I loved, and yeah, and this has just been traditionally published as well, so it's only gonna get more popular, and it is my book club pick for the month, so I have to read it, so it just makes sense to pick this one. Prompt number 5. A book you've had more than a year. This actually gives me so much choice. I think I mentioned in a previous video that I love reading new releases. I very rarely read backlist books, so a lot of things have been on my TBR for a really long time. I feel like we should do a romance. So the only romance that I really want to read this month is Face Off by Chelsea Curto, but obviously I just got that yesterday. Actually, I think it came today. I read a romance last month and I feel like I was really disappointed. Oh, I need to do a wrap up because I need to get my thoughts out. It's really put me off reading romance, but I need 5-star romances, guys. I need Abby Jimenez. Okay, hear me out. I know this was on last month's TBR, but I didn't get round to it because I realized I saw like 3 people review this book and they all gave it like 3 stars, 3.5 stars. They were like, it's cute, but it's nothing special. And I didn't want to take it on holiday with me last month because I need something special to read by the pool. I don't want to read a 3-star read by the pool, do you know what I mean? But now that I'm home, I feel like this might make a cute little palette cleanser. So it wasn't for last month, but I feel like it could be for this month, and I've had it for ages. I've had it for years at this point, probably since it came out. Or I could do Red Rising. I hear such good things about this series, but I have a sci-fi already. Oh, I should have picked this for sci-fi. Should I switch it out? Am I allowed to do that? Yeah, I'm gonna switch out the Blighted Stars for Red Rising because I've been meaning to read this for ages and it's sci-fi. I completely forgot about it. You know what? I've got no romance on my TBR, so I'm gonna go with Sunny Disposition by Deanna Gray. It's nice and short. I feel like it will make a nice little palette cleanser. 6th and last prompt. A book with dragons. Do I have any? I should have. Usually books with dragons I read straight away, so let me see if I can find something. Book that I've been meaning to read that has a blind dragon. How cute. This is Ascendant, Song of Chaos Book 1 by Michael R. Miller. The author kindly sent this over to me. I believe he is indie published, but this has so many good reviews on Amazon, so I do really want to read this. Holt Cook was never meant to be a dragon rider. He has always served the order hall of the Krug dutifully, keeping their kitchen pots clean until he discovers a dark secret. Dragons do not tolerate weakness among their kin, killing the young they deem flawed. Moved by pity, Holt defies the order, rescues a doomed egg and vows to protect the blind dragon within. That is too cute. But the scourge is rising. Undead hordes roam the land, spreading the blight and leaving destruction in their wake. The dragon riders are being slaughtered and betrayal lurks in the shadows. Holt has one chance to survive. He must cultivate the mysterious power of his dragon's magical core, a unique energy which may tip the balance in the battles to come and prove to the world that a servant is worthy after all. Okay, so we have the underdog, we have a blind dragon. I can't wait to see them bond. This is definitely getting added to the TBR. I've been wanting to read this for ages. It's just not on my cart, so I never think about it. It's on my actual shelf. This is the September TBR. We have Ascendant by Michael R. Miller. We have, what is this? A Tongue So Sweet and Deadly by Sophia St. Germain. Theft of Swords by Michael J. Sullivan. Anathema by Kerry Lake. Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Sunny Disposition by Deanna Gray. This is exciting. This is a lot of epic high fantasy series I've been meaning to read for ages, and a little romance. That was really fun. I really enjoyed this month's prompts. I feel like they were pretty open, but also allowed me to pick books that I've been wanting to read for ages. So last but not least, we didn't manage to get Face Off by Chelsea Curto on the TBR, but I feel like I'm gonna read that anyway. I mean, last month I read 13 books, so hopefully if I can do that again this month, I'll have like books to play with after I finish my TBR, you know? Okay, so we are gonna pick from my 25 books to read in 2025. I did not read Daughter of the Moon Goddess last month. I don't know why. I don't know why at this point. It's just annoying me, but I'm not gonna go into it. Let's go in and pick one of the 25 books that I want to read in 2025. What do we have here? No. No, no, no. The Way of Kings. Are you joking? That's like 1,200 pages long. I know I was saying I wanted to read high epic fantasy, but not this one. Liza, the girl on TikTok that made that sound. Is it ever this deep? What do you have to say that is this much? That's all I think of when I look at this series. Like, what do you have to say that is this much? This is one book. They split it into two because I don't think they could bind it as one, but they do sell it as one book now. But come on. I mean, I guess it's good because I did say I was going to read this series this year, and I do really want to read it. It's just so daunting. But I think once I get started, especially because it's split up, do you know what I mean? I wouldn't have to hold the whole 1,200 pages. I can just hold one book, make it look like a cute 500, 600 page book. You know, the writing is so small. There's not even any margins. It's just, can you guys see that? Oh my gosh. Mr. Sanderson, you have a lot to say, clearly. The Way of Kings is on the TBR. My friend Jess is going to be so happy if I do end up reading this. Right, that is a very ambitious TBR, especially because it is the 7th of September today, so I'm already 7 days down. No pressure. It's not like I've ever completed a TBR before, so there's no pressure to complete this one either. But yeah, that is my TBR for September. Let me know what you are reading this month. Any of these books? Anyone want to do The Way of Kings with me? If you do want to read Anathema with me over on the Fable app, it is free to join. It's called Lovers and Dragons. You just need to click join, download the app, and then you can join the conversation. We can like chat thoughts chapter by chapter. You know, if you have Fable, you know how it works. But yeah, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's video. If you did, you know what to do. Give it a little thumbs up. Make sure you are subscribed because I have a big giant wrap up coming for the past 6 months. 7. I haven't done one since January. So yeah, if you want to see all of my thoughts on the past 7 months of books that I've read, definitely subscribe because that video will be coming, and I will see you guys in my next one. Take care. Bye.